Hey guys, I'm having fun working my way through the intermediate level chess bots, the characters on chess.com, which is proving a lot more fun than I expected it to be. And these don't play like typical computers because they've got personalities of their own. And now we're moving on to the bot called Laura. So we're in the 1100 bracket now. And it says Laura loves Judit Polgar's games and tries to play like her idol whenever she can. Expect some aggressive tactics and try to hold on. Hang on. Alright, Laura, let's see what we are going to find. So, let's play e4 now. And we have a Sicilian. Okay. Right. It says Judit has played many Sicilian games. Good stuff. Right, so I'm playing this slightly odd Grand Prix attack. Okay, so she's got a dark squared pawn structure going on there. I've got two pieces behind my knight looking at this pawn, but it's defended twice. So, I mean, there could be ideas of moving the knight and then attacking that, but we'll see. There's nothing happening really on the queen side just yet, so I might just go ahead and castle now. Okay, I'm going to push d3, which means that my bishop is now defending that pawn, which wasn't defended. Okay, do you want to give up your light square bishop at this point when you've got a dark square pawn structure going on? Maybe not. What am I going to do? I'm not worried about this attack on this side. Should bring my queen across. Okay. See, I can't see Laura castling queenside really. I mean, it's possible. She'd have to move a queen out first, and that's the best square to move a queen to. The other two are behind pawns like that. But I've got that covered by my queen at this point. So I might just bring my bishop out. Okay, that's interesting. So clearly f5 would come with an attack on the rook. So the rook couldn't go there or there, would have to retreat to one of these squares. Is f5 a good move? It's currently, the pawn with it on f4, it's currently protecting this square and this square. So it's currently stopping the knight from coming in there, but then I can also capture with the knight as well. So let's try it. Let's see if she spots the threat against the rook. She does. Okay, that's good. Alrighty. I'm going to bring my bishop out to c3, where it's also looking at this knight, and it gives my knight another square here. Okay. That's tempting to take the knight now. Not much point pinning this knight here on the queen. I can play knight there, attacking the rook again. Might just force it back to h8. Then do I want to capture the bishop? I don't know if I do. Or I could play h3 and force the bishop to exchange itself. I kind of like that knight as well. I'm just going to bring my knight to d2. So just about completed development now, and black, you see, hasn't. And that queen move has blocked in that rook. This bishop's still got trouble developing. The knights aren't bad, but I'm tempted to capture this knight. Whichever pawn recaptures, it's not looking healthy for black, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So now I've got double pawns on the f-file. Uncastled king. So what do? Do we charge through the middle and try and break things up? But there's a lot of pawns waiting, lying in wait there. Don't want to play my knight out to here. If I could pick up this knight and put it anywhere on the board, where would I put it? Always a good question to ask yourself. Where would it want to go? Don't really know. So let's maybe think about playing defensively, prophylactically. b3 stops the knight coming to that square. Okay, so his knight's moved round, her knight. Excuse me, Laura, didn't mean to insult you by mixing up your gender. I could play knight to c4 now. Stops this pawn coming forwards. And if black wants to try and kick my pawn, I can capture. Okay, that's another way to kick it. Let's come back round here and have a poke at this bishop. So, important question. Do I want to capture the bishop? I'm in two minds. I don't really want to, you know, h takes g and then there's a rook there on a semi-open file pointing down my kingside. Don't know if I want that. I could play queen to h4 first, and then it's a free capture on the bishop because the pawn can't recapture because the queen will take. So let's have a go at that. It might prompt g5, but then I've got... Okay, it looks like Laura, excuse the dogs, has not spotted the threat here. Okay, so that was a free bishop. And now I can move my knight away again. Daughter's arriving home, so the dogs are being welcoming. And now the rook's moved again. Okay, we're in a nice position now. I don't have to move my queen out at this point in time. Which of my pieces are not doing enough work right now? Which of them need to pull their socks up? What could be? I think this bishop's looking a bit silly where it is now, so maybe I either need to move my knight and give the bishop something to do. Yeah, so if I move my knight, I've then got two pieces attacking h5. So let's do that. I think that's the right square. Okay. I can take now because then my queen can move to one side and protect the bishop. So moving out of the way of the potential pin. Don't see another way to do that. This pawn here on f7 is undefended. Now it's defended. Okay, so I've spotted that one. Okay, I'll bring my knight in with a fork. We'll probably now exchange knights. Okay, and it's opened up a completely open file up the middle, which is only good for me. So I can improve my knight now. I could move a rook across. But where is my attack going to happen? I'm a bit stuck with this queen and bishop thing, so I think I'm going to move my queen back to here, defends this pawn, and gives my bishop one more square where it can go. Okay, the queen's got ideas of coming onto the e file. Let's put paid to that. Yeah, I don't want you on the e file. Okay, that is definitely my file. Right, so improve the knight. That's looking good now. Now this pawn's again looking vulnerable. I might just double my rooks. Yeah, doubled up the rooks. So it's said to expect an attacking game, and it hasn't really been that because I don't think that my opponent's really got a chance to get their attack in. So now this looks too tempting to pass up. Okay, what have we got? I did have ideas about maybe trying to get a fork with my knight, but that's not on the cards at this point. We'll just swap off the rooks. And 4 material points up, and now I can grab a pawn. If pawn takes, I can just recapture. And I'm okay. Maybe just bishop to here. So the pawn's now defending the bishop and the bishop's defending the pawn. Common pattern that you see in endings. Right, so I've got one piece attacking that. I could bring a second in, and then maybe a third. Alright, so now the queen has now undefended this. So this piece is now well no it's not, it's got still bishop and king. So I'm going to move here. And the queen's noticed. Okay, you've come around, that's fine. What is my advantage right now? My advantage is I have an extra knight and 2 extra pawns as well. Have to bear king's safety in mind at all times. Is there a better place for my knight to be? The queen's also defending that pawn as well. I can't take the pawn because there's 3 defenders, so it's literally bishop recaptures. There's no point doing that. I'm not going to give away my knight just for a pawn. So my knight actually wants to be there. But it takes 4 moves for a knight to move 2 diagonals, right? So it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's all kinds of ways you can do it, but basically for a knight to move 1 diagonal, it's always 2 moves. And then to move 2 squares diagonally is always 4 moves. Okay, so what do we do to take advantage of the situation now? I think I'll just push a pawn starts to clamp down on the space a little. That's a nice square. My queen would like to get onto that square. Push my pawn again. Okay, so we're now blocked off on these 2 files. That's good for me. I like to see that because it reduces the potential threat of anything coming through, like a queen with any kind of checkmating ideas. Okay, now I'll just start to bring my king a little bit more towards the centre. Okay, so we've still got 3 attackers, 3 defenders on that pawn. Can I bring my bishop? Is there anything more my bishop can do at this point? Yeah, that looks nice. Let's cause some problems there. And now to here. Alright. Now bishop's only defended once, so I'm going to move my queen over there. Queen's the only defender of that pawn on h4, but I can play g3. Okay, you've spotted that. I'm going to play g3 anyway. There's no real danger. I mean, this queen's wing is completely blocked off right now. This bishop, you know, all of black's pawns are on dark squares, so this bishop is very uncomfortable. And now I think rook there looks tempting. I mean, it will force the queen off the back rank, but does that benefit me? No, because a better move is now, look, 1, 2, oh no, 2 attackers still do 2 defenders. So if I move my queen across, okay, that's not a bad move, but I can capture. Now he's got rook h. Okay, right. What's the best approach now? I can take with the knight. If bishop takes, queen takes. And then I've got a check here, you see. Okay, you can check me, that's fine. Right. So let's throw in a check. My knight from there can come back to e3 to defend this pawn if I want to do that. Now, I have queen takes queen. Sensible. Now a rook fork should win the bishop. Okay, so now I'm up 2 minor pieces. Let's grab the pawn. Push. It's all simple ideas, simple tactics. Rook can't take because that just, then we've got an unstoppable queen. Alright, so okay, right, look at this. Now if I'd have gone there and made a queen, look at all these pawns can't move, right? The king can't go here or here because of my knight, and can't go here or here because of my bishop, right? So if I'd have just gone straight ahead and made a queen, promoted, that would have been stalemate. So I need to be very careful. So what I'm going to do is just drop my bishop back to give this king, it can't go there, but to give this king some squares. So the king's still got a7. So now I can get a queen, and we're looking more secure. So I'm going to see if I can keep the king in check while I bring my pieces in closer. As long as he's in check, she's in check, then there can't be stalemate. So should be straightforward. I just need to make it simple. I think the simplest thing is actually just get another queen. So let's do that. Still got these two squares, and there he goes, second queen, and that should be the end of the game. There you go. Okay, so Laura, I don't think we saw Laura's best game there. We were promised some attacking chess, and it didn't really happen. But good fun game. I'm quite liking that opening. There you go. There's not really much to comment about this bot. She played quite solid. Didn't make such obvious mistakes as we saw around the 1000 mark. But that's it. So basically, if you want to beat Laura, that's one way to do it. Okay, just as always, take your time, observe the whole board, wait for the right moments for your attacks. Don't go charging in, and you should be able to see your way through to victory. Okay, see you soon.